It's been a year since we brought iPads to Thompson Early Childhood, and I think we're doing some amazing things. Now, a year later, I think we have learned how to help the teachers feel more comfortable with the iPads, and I am beginning to see that next level of learning. Teachers are using the iPads to really bring their curriculum to life for the kids. They're using it in both large group and small group settings to connect the learning for the kids with preschool standards in mind, as well as the goal objectives that they teach to. So they're being intentional with what they need to teach the children, and the iPads help them to do that.
Today we were introducing the concept of vegetables, and we brought real vegetables into the circle. And within that activity, we brought in the iPad.
Vegetables like these right here, and veggies.
So in the large group, we were showing them a little video of Michelle Obama teaching the Sesame Street characters how to grow a vegetable and what the purpose of vegetables are and how the vegetables will help their bodies grow big and strong. Then we transitioned to a small group activity where we had the iPad out and they were playing a game that built their vocabulary skills.
What is happening there?
They're growing up.
They're growing.
We got out an app that showed how a seed was actually growing, and they could see how it became a plant, and then next to that were vegetables that they could experiment with. And tomorrow we're going to actually be planting seeds. So they were getting the vocabulary skills built, but yet they had the hands-on experience of investigating vegetables. I like the fact that we can make a connection from what I'm teaching them to the real world, since we're not able to get out and go into a lot of different places. The iPad adds an additional level of learning because it ties all the pieces together. We're doing turn-taking skills, cognitive skills, and language skills. It's exciting because they're learning all sorts of things at the same time with the iPad.
One of the things we're doing with the iPads is using them in a very intentional way with children who are on the autism spectrum or who have low language.
I think the iPads have been a fabulous asset to our classrooms. We use them with skill development and as motivators. There's a lot of different games with a lot of different skills that you can work on. We use them every day in the classroom, and they just are a great learning tool for us.
monkey!
We found the monkeys. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Malik is a very outgoing student. He is very eager to be with the other kids, and he likes playing with the adults. And he's a lot of fun, and he's very energetic. We are really focusing on his social skills, how to take turns. Since the beginning of the year, he has really increased his vocabulary, following directions. His attention span has really increased this year. With Malik, the iPad is reinforcing, so it makes it fun for him to come to the table and do work. I kind of do a little bit of fun, a little bit of work, and then a little bit of fun. Can you match?
Look there.
Step.
Alright.
As long as there's fun involved, you know, he is willing to stay with me and do the work piece, and he knows we started with the turn taking, that he gets a turn to play, and then a turn to do the work piece. So the iPad's been great with that.
As our autism coordinator for our early childhood program, I'm particularly interested in the apps that are available for children with autism. They can learn to find the power of language, to request it. They can use it for the turn taking, which is really can be difficult for a child with autism, to learn vocabulary, how to sort and group items. There are even apps out there that can help them learn eye contact. There are also apps for us as teachers to take data, to know what kinds of skills to teach to children with autism. So I'm just starting to know what's out there, but I'm excited to continue to learn.
2,
3, 4.
We have a lot of English language learners in our program, and so we've been able to use the iPads for helping them develop their English language skills, especially when we're able to pair a bilingual para with the iPad apps for building vocabulary, and we've seen a lot of growth for those kids.
We've really increased our usage in the classroom of our iPads. Today we did a lot of bilingual work with them. We helped the kids look at pictures on the iPad and say them in English and Spanish, so they can see the connection between the two words, so they could hear both the languages. Kids at this age are really into the technology and they like the fast-moving things. So when they can be interactive and touching the buttons and they see the screen moving, they're more engaged.
Macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese.
Good words.
Our speech therapists and teachers have really found a lot of use with children who are working on articulation. Just the plethora of apps that have vocabulary really helps build language, and then you can practice the articulation. And of course, the iPad being engaging, it's much more fun than a deck of cards or those kinds of things. And it's nice because we have a transdisciplinary program, so a speech person can talk to the teacher about how this child is working on the K sound, and then a teacher can really do that easily using the iPad.
We use the iPad for speech articulation. We showed a picture and had our little guy say the word, and then I would help him repeat it either the right way or help him with some of those sounds if he was having trouble. And he probably sat there for 5 or 10 minutes and really was engaged and wanting to do it, whereas if we just told him to say a word, he wouldn't really want to do that. So if he can look at the picture and then push forward to go to the next one, he enjoyed that a lot more.
Sometimes we're actually using the iPad as the communication device or to increase their language level.
Anthony has been very motivated by the use of the iPad. It is something that he requests. He has really loved to sit down with the iPad and work on it independently. So we thought that we would go ahead and incorporate it into a play setting. Anthony's a visual learner, and so pictures help him to put together something that he has not done before, and it really helps him to work on sequencing and the flow of his ideas. Today we were supporting Anthony's being able to interact in the kitchen and having peers coming and interacting with him, and he was making a hamburger. I took pictures with the iPad by placing the object in front of the camera and just taking them one step at a time, and then I used an app to put the text in so that he'd have the sentences to go along with the picture. And we just focus on one item at a time. And he did a really nice job today. He would put the bun on the plate, and then we'd go to the next picture, and he'd put the hamburger on next. And I think it just really helped him with his thought processing and to kind of see what was coming next and gave him somewhere to go with it. It was a really wonderful thing to see.
As we're getting more comfortable with the technology, I'm very excited to see the teachers using them more and more with intention, using the iPad 2s with the cameras to take it to that next depth of knowledge, to synthesize information, to have the kids engage in demonstrating what they know.
One of the ways that we're using iPad in our classroom is by taking videos of the children using their problem-solving techniques from the pyramid model. They get to go and act them out, and I will record it, and then they get to rewatch it, and it's a great circle activity. The kids get really engaged. What are you going to teach us, Bubba? Ignore, he said. Today, one of the clips that they really enjoyed was watching Quinlan ignore. He really portrays it well. That is ignore. How do you ignore someone? You walk away. You walk away. And I think that really sent it home. The idea that they can walk away or turn around and play with someone else. My favorite clip is with the two girls being the teacher that I showed today. They decided that they wanted to work together, and then they really sat down for like 10 minutes and decided what they were going to say, what their pretend names were going to be. They needed props and where they were going to be placed. They just really worked together very well for the end result. Oh, you guys are going to ignore the other kid. That's a good idea. Reasons I think the video clips of them doing problem-solving strategies work so well is this is a lot more engaging. They get to see themselves. They get to be little performers, and their friends get to see them as well.
I see the future just getting brighter and brighter. I really am truly excited by what I'm seeing from some of our teachers. I want to keep bringing the staff along, and hopefully we'll see more and more of those exciting uses of the iPad. We can do so much more with them. Being able to really bring the kids' learning to life, sharing that with families. I just see all that as really the next level. And I think there's more on the horizon that we've yet to figure out. It's really an exciting tool.